Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on all 11 games in Fanatical's Killer Bundle BundleFestive Edition of December 2024. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and have the opportunity to gain early access to videos by buying a coffee through Buy Me a Coffee or Ko-Fi. Your support means the world to me, and I genuinely appreciate it. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom, a vibrant hyperactive 3D platformer that reimagines early 2000s collectathon gameplay with a modern twist. You play as a spring-powered yellow taxi, tasked with recovering green gears and navigating quirky levels while dodging the chaos caused by corrupted vehicles. This is not your typical platformer. There is no jump button. Instead, you master physics-based movement with creative techniques like dashes, flips, and bounces. Success depends on refining your skills, offering a rewarding learning curve that feels both nostalgic and fresh. Each level delivers something unique: obstacle courses, exploration zones, or crazy taxi-inspired missions where you deliver fares and collect clocks to extend your timer. Visually, the game blends retro-inspired 3D aesthetics with vibrant whimsical environments, reminiscent of Katamari Damacy. Its sound design is just as compelling, from energetic fanfares to an eclectic soundtrack that sets the mood for every chaotic turn. Despite its humor being hit or miss, the quirky characters and absurd scenarios add charm. Yellow Taxi Goes Vroom stands out for its polished mechanics, fun variety, and creative spirit. While some gears might seem madly out of reach, the game's sheer playfulness keeps you coming back. It's a complete package that does not just mimic its inspirations, it elevates them. If you're up for a fast-paced, skill-driven adventure, this is a ride worth taking. At number 2 we have Dice and Fold, a turn-based strategy game blending roguelike elements and card battling mechanics. You dive into dungeon crawling gameplay where success hinges on a roll of a die. While the graphics are simple, the gameplay is captivating, offering hours of strategic fun. The core gameplay revolves around rolling dice to defeat enemy cards, fantasy-themed monsters like wizards and demons. Each enemy requires specific dice numbers to fold, rewarding you with coins to trade for upgrades. You'll also manage dice colors for abilities like healing, armor, and reducing enemy attacks, adding strategic depth. As you progress, you unlock heroes like Jack, King, and Queen, each with unique powers. These abilities, along with special companions you gain later, can turn the tide of battles. The right-hand dice mechanic further enriches the strategy, letting you bank dice or trade for gold coins to upgrade abilities. Dice and Fold keeps you engaged with its clever mechanics, despite lacking a story and featuring basic visuals. The relaxing soundtrack complements the gameplay well. The accessible tutorial and various difficulty levels make it suitable for all players, though unlocking new heroes by completing runs can feel restrictive. Dice and Fold excels where it counts. Gameplay, whether on Steam Deck or PC, its addictive nature ensures you'll keep rolling the dice. In a bundle, it's a steal for roguelike fans. It is highly recommended. At number 3 we have Gungrave Gore, a stylish and messy action game that delivers a fun experience reminiscent of old school action games. The game takes place after the events of the previous games in the Gungrave franchise, if you've been following it. The game follows the stoic protagonist, Graves, as he kicks ass in various arcadey levels, ranging from bunkers to city streets. The gameplay revolves around controlling Graves and engaging in constant combat. You can use Graves' dual pistols and his coffin, which serves as both a melee weapon and a source of powerful super abilities. The game features an automatic aim system that locks onto nearby enemies, and you can perform diving and dodging maneuvers while shooting, adding to the engaging gameplay. Gungrave Gore maintains a constant tension throughout, keeping you engaged with its fast-paced action. The levels are straightforward, typically lasting around 10 minutes, and the game features markers to guide you. While more variety in enemy types and models would have been appreciated, the boss battles provide exciting challenges. However, some stages might feel forgettable, and there are occasional technical issues, such as checkpoint glitches. Visually, Gungrave Gore has detailed character models, but there are instances where elements may feel cheap. The game carries a 2002 mentality, which can be seen as both a positive and a negative, depending on your preferences. Approach Gungrave Gore with an open mind, and the expectation of enjoying an old-school action game. While it may have some technical concerns and mixed reactions, once you get into the flow of the gameplay and don't think too much about it, it offers a lot of fun. At number 4 we have Terraformers, Terraformers immerses you in the challenging role of overseeing the colonization and terraforming of Mars, blending strategy, resource management, and narrative depth. The game transports players to the Red Planet, tasking them in navigating the complexities of planetary exploration and development. The game offers a rich variety of scenarios, allowing you to tailor your Mars expedition according to different objectives. Whether focusing on resource extraction to support Earth or striving for Martian independence, Terraformers provides ample opportunities for strategic decision-making. One notable aspect of Terraformers is its integration of leader mechanics, where each leader brings a unique set of abilities and bonuses, adding depth to gameplay and narrative immersion. As you cycle through leaders, their backstories and abilities influence your approach to city building, resource management, and terraforming efforts. However, Terraformers doesn't neatly fit into traditional city building or resource management genres, offering a dynamic blend of mechanics instead. Each turn presents you with a range of projects, from city infrastructure to terraforming initiatives, demanding careful resource allocation and strategic planning. The game's presentation, though lacking in some aspects, such as city animations, features well-crafted artwork and a solid soundtrack that complements the futuristic theme. Despite occasional randomness in card draws and repetition in leader abilities, Terraformers delivers an engaging gameplay that keeps you hooked with its one more turn appeal. Terraformers offers a compelling strategy and resource management experience that captures the essence of Mars-focused science fiction. While some aspects may not appeal to all players, its varied scenarios, leader mechanics, and terraforming concepts make it a worthy addition to the genre. At number 5 we have Sticky Business, a charming casual simulation game. This game lets you design and sell unique stickers on a simulated online marketplace. It offers a delightful aesthetic and a simple yet engaging premise. You start your entrepreneurial journey with a brief tutorial on creating stickers using built-in tools. The design options are plentiful, spanning various themes like gaming, space, animals, and more. Despite a lack of monkey-themed stickers, the available assets are enough to keep you engaged. The game's creativity component is surprisingly satisfying, encouraging you to experiment and feel proud of your designs. The simulation spans multiple days, with each action consuming a portion of your available time. Despite the limited actions per day, the game is relaxing, with lenient deadlines allowing you to play at your own pace. The restriction in sticker creation, using only pre-built components, foster creativity by providing a structured yet flexible environment. However, the business aspects of the game are underwhelming. Packing stickers involves clicking items on a list, and optimizing sticker sheets becomes unnecessary due to the game's generous profitability. Business decisions are minimal, with no pricing control or significant investment options, making Sticky Business more of a sticker creator than a business simulator. The game's characters, who share their backstories and struggles, add some narrative, but fail to create deep connections. Nevertheless, customer suggestions and experience points for sticker components add a layer of interaction and progression. With its calming soundtrack and charming art design, Sticky Business is an enjoyable experience that encourages creativity. While it falls short as a business simulator, it excels as a delightful sticker-making game. At number 6 we have Mr. Prepper, a game where you step into the shoes of a survivalist character living on the fringe of society, preparing for a dystopian future. This survival adventure game combines crafting, exploration, and resource management, while offering a narrative-driven experience. Set in a world threatened by nuclear war, you play as Mr. Prepper, fresh out of incarceration and living under government surveillance. Your goal is to secure a better future by breaking the law, searching for prohibited items, and ultimately planning your escape, which involves building a massive rocket. Of course it involves building a massive rocket, how else would you get out of there? The gameplay revolves around a constant cat-and-mouse dynamic, as you must conduct illegal activities while avoiding government suspicion. Failing to cover your tracks could lead to arrest and a game over. This challenge is exacerbated by the fact that your suburban home conceals a secret underground bunker where you grow food, house illegal goods, and construct your rocket. The game's resource gathering and micromanagement aspects contribute to a grinding experience, with tasks hampered by an unbalanced stat system. Monitoring your energy, preparedness, and food becomes overly demanding, detracting from the game's enjoyment. This imbalance leads to repetitiveness and frustration. Despite these drawbacks, Mr. Prepper boasts a distinctive visual style, with colorful graphics that evoke a 1950s American atmosphere, enhancing the Cold War-themed narrative. While the lack of in-depth explanations and awkward controls can be challenging for newcomers, Mr. Prepper offers complexity, intriguing characters, and potential for hours of gameplay for those who master its mechanics. In summary, Mr. Prepper is a complex and in-depth survival adventure game with a compelling concept. It presents an engaging narrative and a chilling atmosphere, but is marred by unbalanced gameplay mechanics, excessive grinding, and a learning curve. With some adjustments, it has the potential to be an exceptional experience for players seeking a challenging survival adventure. At number 7 we have Frogun Encore, a charming sequel to the original Frogun, blending retro aesthetics with inventive gameplay. This multiplayer platformer centers around a quirky frog-shaped gun that acts as your grappling tool, letting you pull enemies or swing to new heights. You'll find the platforming crisp and engaging, though it leans challenging for those new to the genre. Fortunately, quick respawns soften the difficulty, and co-op introduces a handy bubble mechanic to save you from falls, though its sluggish pace might test your patience. The game pays homage to classics like Spyro and Banjo-Kazooie, with its coin-collecting systems and whimsical character sounds, while embracing its own identity through its voxel-inspired polygonal art style. Frogun Encore's levels are thoughtfully designed, brimming with coins, collectibles, and secrets that encourage exploration without overwhelming you. Navigation feels intuitive, and mechanics like aiming the frog gun add depth as you progress. The new co-op mode elevates the experience, letting you share the fun with a friend. That said, minor gripes exist, like not being able to choose unlocked hats freely, but they hardly detract from the overall enjoyment. While the soundtrack may not be to everyone's taste, the game excels in movement, charm, and nostalgia without relying too heavily on it. Frogun Encore is a delightful journey that stands out in the platforming genre. Whether solo or co-op, you'll find plenty to love in this froggy adventure. At number 8 we have 77p Eggwife, a bizarre first-person shooter that combines crude humor with surprisingly inventive gameplay. Set in the fictional town of Sheffield, England, you play as Stephen T. Stevenpegg, a sentient egg searching for love after a tragic mishap with his beloved Eggwife. The game thrives on chaos, blending elements of Conker's Bad Fur Day, Postal 2, and Goat Simulator into a surreal, absurd experience. The gameplay features high-speed movement, double jumping fueled by, well, bodily functions, and a variety of wacky weapons like the potty cannon and pistol. Each weapon comes with unique mechanics, adding depth to otherwise standard FPS combat. While the shooting itself is basic, the quirky arsenal and creative enemy designs, from manure tanks to milk cultists, keep battles engaging. Spanning 10 levels, the game offers an eclectic mix of challenges, from supermarket infiltration to stool-based apocalypses and even a Eurobeat driving section. The environments are imaginative, but the pervasive gross-out humor might alienate some players. If you enjoy toilet humor and absurdity, you'll find plenty to laugh at. Otherwise, it may feel overbearing. On the technical side, the soundtrack is shockingly good, with standout tracks inspired by GoldenEye and Eurobeat. However, repetitive sound effects, like the protagonist's constant footsteps, can be grating. The game's self-aware jankiness works in its favor, though its rough edges may test your patience. 77p Eggwife is a creative, if crude, romp that delivers a unique, short-lived experience. If you can stomach its humor, it is worth a play for its sheer audacity. At number 9 we have Squirrel Stapler, a grotesque, unsettling blend of hunting simulator and psychological horror. As a hunter living in isolation, you wake to the grim reality that your skinless, dismembered wife has become a fly-infested corpse. Your solution? Hunt squirrels and staple their skins onto her flesh. This macabre premise sets the tone for a uniquely disturbing experience. Originally part of the DreadX Collection 2, this standalone version expands on the original. With its low-poly, Quake-like visuals, the game captures a retro aesthetic while offering gameplay vastly different from the creator's previous title, Dusk. Rather than fast-paced action, Squirrel Stapler emphasizes slow, methodical hunting. Armed with a bolt-action rifle, you track and kill squirrels using a visibility and sound meter to stay undetected. Limited ammunition forces you to strategize, though more experienced players might sprint and shoot squirrels mid-escape, aided by responsive controls and gyro-assisted aiming. The game evolves slightly over its short runtime. Early days feel fresh, with new challenges like tracking a giant squirrel or evading predators. However, the core loop, hunting 5 squirrels daily, remains largely unchanged, which could feel repetitive if it weren't for the atmospheric details. Scattered ominous notes, surreal structures, and eerie presences lurking in the wilderness add layers of unsettling lore that elevate the experience. Squirrel Stapler is not long, but it is memorable. Its grotesque humor and unique spin on hunting simulators make it a niche gem. If you can stomach the premise, it is worth the brief, haunting journey. Grab your rifle and stapler. You won't forget this hunt. At number 10 we have REAVER, a lightning-fast FPS that challenges your reflexes and creativity in a brutal arena filled with deadly machines. This early access game pushes the limits of speed, style, and skill. In REAVER, you're equipped with a vast arsenal of weapons and an impressive array of movement mechanics. From grappling hooks to recoil boosting, you have the tools to stay on the move, and the game encourages you to master them to survive. The core gameplay revolves around combining weapons and movement for maximum efficiency and flair. Each weapon has its own unique mechanics, offering endless possibilities for skill expression. The game's pace is relentless, with breakneck speeds that demand quick thinking and precise execution. The stylish combat system allows you to chain headshots, unleash ultimates, and rain down destruction from above. It is all about how fast, efficient, and stylish you can be in the chaos. While the game is still in early access, with plans for more content and improvements, it's already garnered a very positive rating from players. Reviews highlight the game's unique movement system, which allows you to perform incredible feats of agility, making each fight a test of both skill and creativity. However, some players have pointed out the current limitations, such as the need for better enemy variety and more challenging encounters. If you're a fan of ultra-fast shooters that reward skill and creativity, REAVER is a thrilling experience worth diving into. At number 11 we have Between Horizons, a gripping sci-fi mystery set aboard the Generation starship Zephyr, blending detective gameplay with rich storytelling. You step into the shoes of Stella, a second-generation crew member destined to inherit her father's role as security chief. As the ship hurtles through space, tensions rise, moral dilemmas emerge, and secrets simmer beneath the surface. The game is a pure investigation experience, free of distractions like combat or platforming. You gather evidence, interview characters, and use logical deduction to solve cases. Each mystery challenges you to connect dots in your head, relying on your reasoning rather than hand-holding mechanics. It's a refreshing change from typical games that solve puzzles for you. The thrill of cracking a case through your own intellect feels incredibly rewarding. The starship setting is more than a backdrop. It's a living world filled with philosophical questions about leadership, generational roles, and personal agency. Should the older generation retain control, or should the passengers have a say? These questions add depth to the tightly crafted narrative, culminating in impactful choices and multiple endings. Visually, the 2.5D art style captures the confined yet layered design of the Zephyr, though its monochromatic palette can make some areas blend together. The atmospheric soundtrack, reminiscent of a Blade Runner jazz club, enhances the noir tone, while occasional backtracking and limited dialogue options may disrupt immersion. Between Horizons delivers an unforgettable detective experience. Its focused gameplay, moral complexity, and excellent writing make it a must-play for sci-fi and mystery fans alike. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle might not be for everyone. With that said, if you're into the type of games it offers, there's some solid value here, especially Dice Unfold, which is a blast with its variety and fun characters. If the lineup speaks to you, it's definitely worth checking out, but if not, no worries, there's always another bundle around the corner that might be more your style. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider unlocking early access to videos by buying the channel a coffee. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.